You're ready? You may start to read. Okay?
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay.
Wildlife experts have discovered an unusual animal that they believe could be a new
species.
Mm-hmm. The animal was found on the French island of Corsica. The expert showed reporters a cat fox. What's the meaning of cat fox?
I'm not sure. We'll find out. I'm not sure what a cat fox is actually.
Maybe it's a kind of cat.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, that they have captured in the mountains of
Corsica.
The experts said they found a group of 16 cat foxes in a remote area of Corsica. The captured cat fox measured nearly 19 centimeters in length from head to tail. Okay, the creature,
and a creature is an animal. The creature is an animal.
Animal. Okay. The creature was very wide.
No, the creature has
very wide ears.
Mm-hmm.
Short whiskers. What does it mean, whiskers?
Okay, the whiskers are the little mustache or the little things that pokes out of the animal's face, little hairs around the mouth.
Whiskers and a thick coat. It also has
stripes. Mm-hmm.
Stripes on it. How do you know? Strips or stripes? When I should pronounce I as stripes, or when I should pronounce E strips as strips?
I think it's going to depend on what you're reading, and it may be hard to determine what it is, but I would also say that if it's strips, S-T-R-I-P, it would not have the E. So it's strips. When there are two vowels, I think sometimes that close together, the first vowel has the long sound. That's a rule of sorts. I think that might be my rule. But you'll come to learn most of these things just by reading. Even if you read this incorrectly as strips instead of stripes, it probably isn't going to change the understanding of what you're reading. But in this case, the word stripes, it's like one color of a line. And a strip can be the same. A strip of thread, a different color thread, or strips and stripes. Their meanings are similar, but the pronunciation is different. Okay?
Okay, like wide.
Well, it doesn't have to be wide, because you could have very narrow strips. You can have very narrow stripes as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean wide or thin. It is a dimension of sorts, because it could be a long strip, it could be a long stripe.
Okay, stripes on its front leg. Gilles Simoni, a local government official, thanked the wildlife team for finding the cat fox. He said it's a wonderful discovery. He added the Corsica was paradise of animal and planet biodiversity.
Okay, so let me read this paragraph and pay close attention to the punctuation, because your voice should change. It should either go down or up, slow down. Wildlife experts have discovered an unusual animal that they believe could be a new species. The animal was found on the French island of Corsica. The experts showed reporters a cat fox that they had captured in the mountains of Corsica. The experts said they found a group of 16 cat foxes in a remote area of Corsica. The captured cat fox measured nearly 90 centimeters in length from head to tail. The creature has very wide ears, short whiskers, and a thick coat. It also has stripes on its front legs. Gilles Simini, a local government official, thanked the wildlife team for finding the cat fox. He said, "It's a wonderful discovery." He added that Corsica was a paradise of animal and plant biodiversity. Okay. Are there any vocabulary words other than stripes that you have a question about?
Yeah, a biodiversity. Diversity means different kind, but bio.
And we know, I would say bio could be two, or bio comes from the word biology. So biodiversity, I'll see if I can quickly find a good working definition for us by looking it up on the computer, because I don't have a true answer for you at this moment. So I'm going to say, I'll just ask my phone. Define biodiversity.
Here's the definition of biodiversity: the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem.
Okay, it's the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem. So in Corsica, there is that biodiversity, being that this is a cat and fox mixed. So maybe a cat and fox made it together, perhaps, and they produced a cat fox, maybe.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's read the second paragraph.
Okay. The cat fox has been talked about by local people in Corsica for decades. It had become a mythical creature with farmers.
Okay, that word is going to be mythical, something that's not true. Mythical. Myth being something that's not true, like a fairy tale. Mythical. Okay, and local are just the regular people that live in the area.
Okay, mythical creature with farmers who tell stories about Sninger. Corsicans are now happy and proud that their island is home to a new species of animals. Scientists believe that the cat comes from a little known species. Besides or species?
Species.
Species like part of something.
Well, a species is a type of animal. Like a dog is a species, a cat is a species. Dogs are called, what are dogs called? Cats are called feline. Dogs are called, I forget what dogs are called. Birds are called fowl. So it's a species.
Okay. Corsicans are now happy and proud that their island is home as a new species of animal. Scientists believe that the cat comes from a little known species that could have originated in Africa and the Middle East thousands of years ago. It is largely
Nocturnal
animal. One scientist said that cat foxes could have been brought to Corsica as far back as 6,400 BC. Another scientist said, by looking at its DNA, we could tell it apart from the European wild cat.
I'll be right back.
It's close to the African forest cat, but its exact identity is still to be determined.
Very good. Okay, so let me read for you. The cat pox has been talked about by local people in Corsica for decades. It had become a mythical creature with farmers who tell stories about seeing it. Corsicans are now happy and proud that their island is home to a new species of animal. Scientists believe that the cat comes from a little-known species that could have originated in Africa and the Middle East thousands of years ago. It is largely a nocturnal animal. Nocturnal means an animal that comes out at night. One scientist said the cat pox could have been brought to Corsica as far back as 6,500 BC. Another scientist said, by looking at its DNA, we could tell it apart from the European wildcat. It's close to the African forest cat, but its exact identity is still to be determined. Okay. Any questions about any of the words there?
Determined, that means we know exactly what it is.
Or to make a decision.
Determined.
Yes.
Make a decision.
Yes, determined to make a decision. But right now they have not decided. It has not yet been decided, or it has not yet been determined the identity of where this cat pox is from.
Okay.